How you doing, man?
Good. How are you
Merry
doing?
Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you guys.
Happy holidays.
Just wondering, you guys pride yourselves so much on being physical. What are preseason practices like in August? Just going at it?
Preseason is like that's the time when we're learning each other, we're learning the system, having fun. It's very physical around that time because we have 2 big scrimmages that everybody looks forward to. So I'll say the preseason is a big time for the team.
When are the 2 big scrimmages?
They're usually a week apart on Saturdays, so we can have a little talks back throughout the week. And by the time Saturday gets, everybody blood flowing and juices are going. They're ready to go at it on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. How do you define physical? See, I look at you guys. I think the word more like violent than physical. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I look at them as the same, violent and physical. Like you have to be that to play this game of football. Like you hear people say all the time, you have to be wired a little bit different to play the game of football. So, and I think that goes hand in hand with it.
Yeah. How do y'all get each other going? I guess in that regard and stuff. I mean, y'all are all wired a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, using your term and stuff. But like, you talk to Jalen a lot. I mean, what's the banter like? I guess before a game, like before like a big boxing match, or how would you describe it?
It's just like when we go throughout the off season, we're meeting with our player, like meeting with our guys, just learning who they are, learning their why. So when that time comes, when you need to push that guy, we need to push that button that you know he can get him to get over the top. Like we can do that.
Yeah. Can you see y'all's reputation in some games preceding yourselves, meaning this offensive line hadn't seen this? You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And how does that play into games sometimes from your perspective?
It plays a huge role, just because we try to make practice harder than the game. So by the time the game gets here, like everything's moving so slow, like the Matrix. So it's like something that we just prepare for all the time.
Is Ohio State impressive looking on the offensive line? How would you describe getting ready for this one? Y'all played them once in history, but watching this team, how do you get ready for a team you've never gone against physically and stuff? And what just stands out about them?
I feel like they're very technique savvy. They got a lot of older veteran guys. They work together very well. They're core 3 guys. They're very good tandem. So it's gonna be a great challenge for us.
It seems like everybody's comparing the Ohio State offense to the Tennessee offense that you guys played. Mm-hmm. They don't really do similar things. Tennessee throws the ball over the top. Ohio State does multiple things. Do you see that? And is there an offense that you guys have faced this year that you kind of say, okay, I see Ohio State maybe kind of like that?
I'd probably say Tennessee as well, just because they let it ride all over the field. I mean, they'll run it to keep you honest, but I feel like that's what they want to do. They want to sit back in the pocket and let it go a little bit.
How important is it for you guys to understand that you had success against Tennessee, but also this isn't the same game?
Right.
It seems like the talent level might be a little higher. And how important is it for you guys to understand? Yeah, you guys shut down Tennessee. Now you just need to do it again against maybe better talent.
Really, just looking forward to just looking forward to what's important now. Not really looking back to Tennessee because they were a great team, but you can't really like compare anybody until you see them again. So I try not to compare them to Tennessee a little bit. I've watched film and I've seen the little things, but I feel like they're a very different team.
When people talk about the Georgia defense, the first thing they start with usually is the interior of the defensive line. What makes you guys so dynamic and so good?
Just the way we believe in each other, the way we love each other. Just it doesn't matter who makes the play, who gets the recognition, because I know at the end of the day, he needed me like I needed him. So I think that's what plays the biggest part of it.
The guy gets most of the recognition is Jalen.
Yeah.
What's it like playing with him? I mean, for people who haven't seen him play, or at least not seen him play regularly, what stands out about him?
The thing that people don't really see is his personality, and that's the thing that's taking the banter a little bit. He's a great person, a guy that you can sit around and just laugh with all day. But when it's time to work, he can definitely flip that switch on and get the business done.
On the field, what sets him apart?
just the way he can make an offensive lineman wrong. Offensive lineman can take the right set, the right steps, but Jalen can counter like it's nothing, just like in the blink of an eye. So I feel like that's what makes him tough to stay in front of.
And what have you seen from Ohio State's interior center, Whittler, and the guards?
Like I said, I feel like they work very, very good together, and as a tandem, as a three-piece of guys. So it's going to be a great challenge for us. So that's the biggest thing I've seen.
What was your reaction when you saw Jalen lift Jaden Daniels off the ground?
I don't think I can say that on the microphones, but it was funny. Like nobody knew he was gonna do it. And that's the thing. He keeps you on your toes. Like you never know what's coming with him. So it's great to be around a guy like that because like you never know what's gonna happen.
Do you feel offensive linemen losing confidence as the game wears on when they're facing Jalen, but then like one of you guys makes a play after that? It's like, well, we blocked Jalen pretty well that play, but do you see offensive linemen as the game progresses start to lose confidence?
I feel like that with all of our guys, me, myself, Nazir, Warren, just because like we roll so deep and so heavy, like they just keep looking. I think it might have been Oregon. We were trading in and out guys, and they were like, "God, y'all just keep coming." So it was pretty funny, but you know. It's a thing like we love each other. We just lean on each other.
What's the most amount of plays a team has forced, whatever four-man rotation is out there to play in a row, just because they went tempo? And did you, how when you start to feel that when a team is going tempo on you, and maybe you've been out there 5, 6, 7 plays in a row?
I think you might have said it like 5, 6, 7 plays. I think that's probably been the longest stretch, maybe. But I think that's why the way we prepare the way we do. So when that time comes in the game, you're like, and actually when we played Tennessee, we actually looked at some of their offensive linemen. They were tired because they're supposed to be a fastball type of team, and we're looking at them. We're like, come on, bring it. So I think that's just by the way we prepare.
What's more frustrating, playing against a quarterback who will move around on you and you did everything right but he scrambled anyway, or a guy where you do everything right but you get there and the ball's already gone?
I think, me personally, I think it's a scrambling guy because rushing coverage should work together. So I think if we rush the right way and our guys cover the right way, he won't be able to get it off and he won't be able to complete the pass. So I think it's just it goes back to everything playing hand in hand.
Oregon really said that?
Yeah.
Well, those are like that's an exact quote almost. At what point of the game was that?
It might have been the third quarter, almost going into the fourth, maybe.
So you noticed that, like in the second half, the teams, they're trying to get you tired, but it actually works against them.
Yeah.
Now, at this point in the season, do you feel that depth? I mean, because you've obviously played a lot of games. You played, 13 games already, but you haven't necessarily played the snaps of 13 games. So as a group, do you feel like you guys are fresher because no one player has had to be out there too much?
Oh, definitely. And I think that just comes from the coaching. Coach Scott, he gets guys in, he gets guys out because he doesn't want you out there. If you can't really move around, he's got to get somebody on. So just having fresh bodies out there at all times.
It takes more than freshness to handle tempo, though. What's the best way? How do you guys handle it?
Just run conditioning, attacking it in practice. So when the time comes of the game, it's just a lot easier. You're not really looking to tap out. You're looking to find more work and find a.
But in terms mentally, like just getting ready for the next play, like how do you guys approach that? Why are you good at it, I guess? And is it just the conditioning aspect of it that you're just not tired, so it's just another play?
I think it literally just goes back to the way we prepare. Like we literally try to make practice a living hell. So by the time when we get in the game, nothing can knock us off our path.
I've heard you guys talk more about practice this year than I think in years past, talking about those Tuesdays and Wednesdays and just how difficult they are. Have they gotten harder, or have I just sort of heard about it more this year?
I wouldn't even say they've gotten harder. It's just I think we've had to band together a little more as the years pass. But I really couldn't tell you.
What does it feel like?
Both Ohio State and you guys, that's the Tuesday practice. I don't know if that's standard everywhere, or it probably is, or not. I mean, Tuesday practices are brutal. They play the games.
Yeah, because I think you try to get the banging out of the way earlier in the week. So later in the week you can try to polish up the game plan, get guys' bodies back to feeling good by game time. So I think that's a thing where it plays effect.
There's been a lot made about how physical you guys are, and you are. And that's a big question that we've asked Ohio State players. What do you see from them in terms of their physicality on the offensive line, especially?
I feel like they're pretty aggressive. If I could say it, I might put them as one of the how can I say that? One of the most physical teams in the Big Ten, maybe. Up there with Michigan. So.
I mean, so when you watch that stands out to you about them?
Like the defense flies around, offense. When guys are coming to block you, they're coming to probably try to take your head off. So you got to be ready for that.
In terms of line play, like what was the most helpful film to watch in the different matchups with Ohio State, like in terms of evaluating what you guys can, maybe replicate or where you would have success?
Definitely the Michigan game, because I think everybody's blood was boiling for that game. They hate each other, so that's a game you can go look at and see who's giving their all this game, who's taking that step, who's trying to give a little bit more so his guy can get the first down. I think those are things you look at in a game like that.
Give me an impression of what you thought when you watched the Ohio State Michigan game.
Honestly, I thought they were going to give Michigan a rough. I thought they were going to beat Michigan, but I guess Michigan just came out to play a little bit harder that day. So, and that's the thing in college football. If you don't come out, you can beat a better team, but if you don't come out and play that day, you can get your heart broke.
It was like 5 big plays by Michigan. That was basically the game.
Yeah.
What is it like for you 2 years in a row? Does this year, being in the playoffs, being in this moment, does it feel any different than last year? Especially having already achieved so much last year?
I wouldn't say it feels. I wouldn't say it feels a whole lot different, but it's just a different group of guys, and the way we were rode off after all the success we had last year. People didn't think we'd be back. People didn't think we'd do the same thing again. So, and it really just pushed us, because we knew what we had in our defense and offensive rooms, but we just had to go show the world.
So there's almost more pride and ownership this time around, because you lose a million guys to the NFL and everything, and next man up, and oh, by the way, they're really good too.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys experienced last year what Ohio State has this year, which is losing in a conference championship game, people ripping you, all that stuff. How much did that, in a way, as much as it was painful to lose to Alabama in the SEC title game, how much did that help you in the way?
It helped us a lot. Just the way that we came in and met after that game, and guys were just like, this isn't gonna be the way we're going out. If you gotta run more, run more. If you gotta hydrate more, because we need this next game to write our destiny and to get another chance of playing them again, because everybody knew we were gonna play them again. So we knew once we got in Miami, we just had to handle business so we can go win it in Indianapolis.
Did it really have a positive effect in the playoff last year that you had lost in the conference championship?
I think it did. It woke guys up, because we didn't lose the whole season, so everybody's walking around a little happy, a little lackadaisical. So when we did lose that game, I feel like everybody's light bulbs cut on, like, we got to go do this now.
So I think it's unique, your story this year about changing from 44 to 96. If you got a shoulder problem, I don't know if you can continue doing this. What's that like? When they tell you, hey, you're going to be an extra point, but you're going to have to change clothes into 44 like 18 times a game. What's that whole feeling like?
Honestly, I've said this in the interview before. I love doing it. I do it every year if I had to, because that's the type of guy I am. I would do what I have to for my team. And just like me and Paul, I sat down, and me and Paul are great friends. I actually tried to get him to switch numbers, so I didn't have to. But I feel like it's an honor for me to be able to do something like that. just and I also talked to Trayvon. I was like, I'll be wearing your number a little bit here and there during the game. So I feel like it's a great thing.
Did you have to? Did they have to coach you and say like, okay, on the 20, you're going to have to change? What's your procedure for that when you got to hit 44 on?
So as soon as the offense starts to drive, I go down towards the opposite end of the sideline. So when they cross the 50, 40 area, I start trying to get ready to put it on. We have some equipment interns helping me put it on. And shout out to the EQ guys. They do an amazing job getting us what we need and put us in the right positions.
Stroud is a pocket passer. How big will it be to get him running, make him ad-lib Saturday?
I think he's a guy that wants to sit in that pocket. He'll scramble every now and then, but when he scrambles, I think he scrambles at the throw, not really scrambling at the run. So just trying to keep him in the pocket, make great throws.
You guys lost the battle last year. You guys still made the playoffs, so a chance to win a national title was still there. What was the vibe like in the locker room immediately after that loss? And how did you guys kind of pick yourselves up and regroup and refocus on the fact that everything you wanted was still kind of there?
Literally just go back to work. That's what everybody's number one thing was. Go back to work. If you need to condition more. If you need to hydrate more. If you can sleep more. Because we knew we were going to have another opportunity at them. So, and you see what happened. Did
demeanors at all change after that? It just over practices, you guys hit it a little harder.
I don't think the demeanor changed. Like it was just that they got the best of us that day. So I mean, yeah, I don't think so.
I think sometimes it's hard. Go ahead.
What are your impressions of Stroud?
I feel like he's a top level quarterback. I feel like he's up there. He's one of the best quarterbacks in this in college football. He's went out there and showed it for 2 or 3 years now. So he's gonna go do some CJ Stroud things, and it's the game of football. So we know things are gonna happen. So we just have to wait for it and see.
I think sometimes it's hard for people who don't follow you guys every week to get a handle on your defense because there's so many good players that we can't figure out. Sometimes there's like a defense like, oh, they have that guy. You guys have so many guys. Who's the fastest guy on your defense, do you think?
The fastest guy on our defense. Ooh, somebody might get mad if I say it.
They're all fast, but the fastest.
The fastest? It might be Keely or Kamari.
Okay,
maybe.
good answer.
Yeah.
Who do you think plays the fastest?
Plays the fastest.
Because Keely's a 10-3 guy.
If I say plays the fastest, it might be Malachi Starks. He's that guy just flows around, and to be a freshman and doing the things he does, like it's amazing. He's an amazing talent.
Who do you think the smartest guy on the defense is?
Chris Smith.
Chris Smith. That's from the outside. It seems like that. He's just
he knows where he needs to be. He knows where everybody needs to be.
Okay.
And he's that leader that we need behind everybody.
Who do you think the strongest guy is?
Probably Jalen.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for the help, man. Good luck to you.